Hello, welcome to my channel, Sue's Angel Mystic Tarot. And today I'm doing a live for all the signs. It's a collective based on the astrology and the different energies that I've been picking up on individual signs. How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for being here if you watch it during the live or after the live. So let's get an energy clearing and I will pull some cards for the collective. We already have the Two of Cups. So I know that you guys out there are wanting to connect on a deeper level. I've been feeling this wake up call or this awareness that the collective has been having, especially if you think of yourself as spiritual or into anything spiritual or astrology or anything like that. Okay, there has been a need and a want to connect with people on a genuine level. And the thing about that is that a lot of people are realizing that they can't take their current person with them to the next chapter of their life because you've elevated, you've outgrown something. You're having the same patterns, the same arguments. And what you really want is this. You want to be in sync with someone. You want to feel that. That's what a lot of the signs are going through right now. Let's pull a chakra card. I want to get one of these oracle cards really quick before we get into the tarot. All right, let's pull a card. What's going on with the collective? What's going on? We have the color yellow to bring in happiness here. Going on for the collective. Ooh, yep, just as I said, the color yellow, there it is, yellow. This is the solar plexus chakra, and it says facade on it. A lot of you guys are realizing that the facade that people wear in relationships, it's getting to be too much. Okay, people are not showing up authentically. They're acting one way and behaving another. Okay, we wear masks every day in every interaction that we have, and I feel like at the end of the day you want to have people around you who appreciate and respect and love you for who you are underneath it all. I'm hearing the song by Gwen Stefani, Underneath It All. Do you really love me underneath it all? And that goes for family, friendships, work relationships. There is a question of authenticity. And if you have been anywhere on the internet, I feel like you'll see that people are taking their masks off. There's a lot of people on the internet, influencers, who are being fully transparent. There is a need and a want and a desire to Two of Cups connect without this facade, without this fakeness. And this is solar plexus chakra. We're going into the holidays, eating a lot of food. So you could be having stomach upset or stomach issues. And that is a spiritual awakening. Okay. Your body is telling you something. Your body is always talking to you. There is a mind body connection. And it's telling you that I don't know if these people around me are being real with me. I don't know if my family, friends, lovers, coworkers are telling me the truth about how they feel about me, about how they feel, about if they even want to spend time with me, right? So there's a transparency, there's a need, a want, and a desire for transparency in the collective. Hi, I'm not doing personal readings. We have the sacral chakra, guilt. Now, in this deck, this card actually is this woman here taking care of her alcoholic mother. I'm not saying that's what you're dealing with. I'm saying that a lot of the collective has been wearing a mask, okay, with the people that they're connecting with, and they're having guilt because they don't want to continue to wear a mask and people please anymore. I want to say how I really feel, but there's still this feeling of guilt. Like, I have needs, I have wants, and I have desires, and I'm not getting those needs, wants, and desires met. But it makes me feel guilty because I know that these people need me because they can't take care of themselves. Sacral chakra. I'm losing my passion because I get up, I pay bills, I take care of so and so. This person comes to me and they lie. Whatever the scenario is that you're exhausted and burned out with, exhausted, burnt out, I just got to call and that's confirmation for you. Okay. I don't want to do this anymore. There's also a grief. Some of you could have lost a pet, family member. You could be grieving a relationship. Now, this comes in as this is asking you to heal that. This is the heart chakra. Green is the heart chakra. This is asking you to heal that grief that you feel and that guilt that you feel with being inauthentic. Okay, with the facade in reverse there. Okay, so yeah, and there's some bitters. There's a lot. Like the cards are telling me a lot right now. Okay, there is a feeling of bittersweetness with the throat chakra. Like I have to express how I feel, but it's a bittersweet feeling because that means that I might lose some people because I'm not being authentically me. I'm not showing up as myself. I'm just people pleasing. I'm just going through the motions. I'm exhausted and I feel guilty and I'm clinging on out of that. So this expansion, this transformation that I'm seeing in the astrology that is going to be taking place in 2026, the year of the horse, is going to ask you to step into your true authentic self. But in order to do that, you have to heal this grief and this guilt that you feel. You have to heal that so that you can feel passion again, so that you can bring authentic love into your life, right? This is the growth mindset that you need to stop people pleasing, to stop staying in things out of guilt, to stop showing up in your inauthentic self. And what does that look like in the day to day? Agreeing to do the things that you don't want to do, helping people out because of obligation, staying in relationships because you don't want to hurt someone's feelings, allowing yourself to be strung along, people pleasing, not actually being honest with how you really feel. Okay, let's get some more cards here, some tarot. But we started out with the Two of Cups. What's going on, angels and guides? What's going on, angels and guides, for the collective with this Two of Cups energy? Okay, Six of Wands. Now we have a Jupiter transit. Those of you that follow astrology, Jupiter is in Gemini and it's going to be going into Cancer. And why do I say that? Six of Wands is Jupiter and Leo energy. This Leo energy. This is about victory. This is about leadership. And the thing is to have this growth in your heart space, you have to lead by example. You have to lead by example in all of your relationships. You show people how to treat you. Okay, with the things that you say, with the things that you do, with the things that you don't say, and with the things that you don't do. If you want to step into a leadership role, if you want to be victorious in your relationships, your business endeavors, and everything, you have to lead by example and you have to have some confidence behind it. Okay, now if you have a Gemini in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, this is a really good transit for you. It could bring in fortune. It could bring in all these opportunities for wealth. It could bring in opportunities to actually meet people who will meet you at your authentic self. Six of Wands. And I feel like there's this need to have this victory and this attention because the Six of Wands is attention, it's recognition. As I'm riding high on my horse and I'm feeling good and I'm having confidence about it in your relationships. Okay. And in order to attract those type of relationships that make you feel recognized, that make you feel good, that make you feel like I'm being adored, you have to be confident. You have to be authentic. You have to have this, you can't have this guilt and grief in you. You have to deal with that and you have to transmute that into action, transformation. That's the death card, right? So there's this need and this want for that. However, I feel like we're still trapped in this reality where we're people pleasing, where we're jumping through hoops, where we're doing things for people who don't really authentically care about us. Okay. Two of Pentacles. And I've been seeing this in all of the readings, which is why I do these collectives because the same cards come out because we're all experiencing this under the cosmos at the same time. I don't want to people please anymore. I don't want to overdo it anymore. There's a feeling of exhaustion and there's this feeling of being trapped in one reality while you're trying to manifest another. You're trying to manifest this, but you're stuck doing this. And we have a woman with a baby bear and a toddler. So there's this sense of obligation and responsibility to our family, our children, our pets, our jobs, our boss. There are so many people in our lives, to our partners, whoever we're connecting with. Hi there. So there's this sense of obligation, and there's this sense of like juggling all of our responsibilities. And that's the paradigm that keeps you stuck. If you don't allow yourself to have a say in your relationships, then you're going to be stuck in this. Okay. So, stuck in one world, wanting another. Also, you guys could have been dealing with people in relationships who were uncertain about you, or who were not prioritizing you, or who were juggling other people. This is the inauthenticity that needs to transform. Okay. Like for real. If you want to have an open relationship, just say so. I'm talking about the people that a lot of us are connecting to, those people who want true spiritual union, authenticity, deeper connections. We are not living in a reality where a lot of people want to connect on a deeper level. They want to just pleasure seek. So, for those of you who are looking for something more than just pleasure seeking, than just connecting to connect because you feel empty inside, um there's this awakening, there's this grief and this guilt that like it's bittersweet. I need to go after something else. I'm not being real. These people aren't being real with me because I'm not being real about what I want. Okay, so spirits, angels, and guides, what might the collective experience as a challenge in this next month? The tower. Yeah, this 100% feels like a tower moment to me. Okay. Now, you can go and watch Rapunzel, because this is actually Rapunzel on here. The tower is Scorpio energy. And it's basically this unexpected realization, things that come up that we don't see coming, but it's also God destroying things that are not supposed to be in our lives. Okay, so we're not supposed to build on a foundation of lies. And that comes from within, being honest with yourself about the people that you're connecting with. Do you even really like these people? Do they even really like you back? So we're having a tower moment. We're having a realization. We're having something major happen. Like, okay, for example, let's say you're connecting with a partner who is juggling multiple people. You could find out about that, and now you're faced with the decision, the grief, the guilt, the bittersweet feelings, whether or not to stay with them. That's just an example of the tower. Okay, you're having a realization, it's a reality check, things crumbling, things falling apart because they were built on a foundation of inauthenticity and lies and deceit. Okay, when we first practice, oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Tower blowing up in our face. Also, some of you guys, it could be a storm with lightning where you're at. Okay. Some of you, this is a move or an expansion in your career. Okay. So, what is the blockage here with the collective and them having the relationship, the career, the life of their dreams? What is, let's see here. The hanged man, letting go and letting God. So we are still coming out of a place of Mercury retrograde. Okay, retrograde ended, Mercury went direct on the 29th, and where we just had our full moon in Gemini that just happened, that transpired yesterday. There could have been some more information, and now we have the hanged man. So we're still kind of in this energy of going upside down, thinking about things, processing things. It feels stagnant because it feels like you're put in limbo, like you can't really do anything right now. You're just kind of stuck, but it's actually showing you something. The hanged man upside down prophesizes what is going to happen next. So right now you're probably receiving downloads, having daydreams, having sudden realizations that something needs to change, because the hanged man is sacrifice. You have to sacrifice for the greater good. And what is it that you're sacrificing so that you can have more, so that you can have something better? And, because it's this energy of prophesizing, I feel like that you already know what you'll have to sacrifice. And for some of you, it's relationships, okay? There could be stagnancy in relationships. Like, I haven't heard back from them. I don't know what's going on. That's the hanged man. It's not a great energy for relationships, but it is a good energy for internal transformation, because in order to change things, with the Tower card, the Tower is about change and transformation. It's like a forced change, it's a forced transformation. For some of you, you have been forced to be alone or forced to put your life on hold in some kind of way, shape, or form, so that the universe can bring you what it is that you're truly trying to manifest, whatever that is for you. And it's different for all of you. Some of you, you want your partner to be more open. Some of you, you want a new job, or maybe you're outgrowing a relationship. Maybe you just want love, right? So, and the Tower comes in when we're in a relationship that we're not supposed to be in, and it destroys it, or it makes it really hard because the universe is trying, God, spirit, angels, guides is tapping you on the shoulder saying, hey, are you sure you want this? Because I could swear that you were praying to me, or, pleading to have real love in your life. So what are you doing with this person? That's the Tower. What are you doing with this job when you know you're supposed to be doing that? And it will destroy that very thing that's built on a foundation of inauthenticity. You will have a moment of grief, but then you will start to manifest what you're truly supposed to manifest. Like, if you really want a relationship with someone who is going to treat you right, you have to get out of the old ones. You have to have that moment of clarity that you're chasing your tail with a particular person, place, or thing. Okay. And we have the Star coming out, which I love. The Star comes in directly after the Tower, because this is you on your knees, like, oh my God, they cheated on me. Oh my God, they blew me off. Oh my God, they ghosted me. Oh my God, I'm really not happy with this. And that's the Tower. And then you're on your knees, like, oh, please, I want them back, or I want this, or I want that. You're pleading to the gods, you're pleading to the stars, you're wishing, you're hoping, you're wanting, and also aligning, because the Star, it's not only that you're getting you're getting up off the floor, off the ground, or out of a difficult place, and it's also that you are being aligned with something better, with your higher calling or your higher purpose, or whatever you're trying to manifest. You're being aligned with it when things are destroyed, right? What's going on for the collective here? Knight of Cups. Yeah, I know. We have offers. There's offers of love all the time. We just don't always recognize them, and they're not always from the right person. This Knight of Cups has been coming out a lot, actually, in the readings. So what is this Knight of Cups? Who is this Knight of Cups? For some of you, you could see a hawk or an eagle or a horse. You could go horseback riding. I mean, it's winter time, so I'd be surprised if you guys are doing that. But I'm seeing it on the card here. Animals, maybe like animals. What about this Knight of Cups? It doesn't have to be a person. I usually see this as the Knights are usually movement. It's like we're making movements towards love, but it's tentative. It's not a king. It's not an emperor. It's just a knight. So this is like, I'm still maturing. Yeah, I told you. So the offers that we've been receiving right now are not 100% mature. For some of you, you're connecting with people who are younger than you, or who are not as deeply in touch with the divine. Okay. Knight of Cups, Page of Cups, maybe you're talking to somebody new. Maybe there's some excitement there, right? Ooh. But you're not fulfilled with this. You don't want any more pages. You don't want any more knights. You want your emperor. And now it doesn't matter about the gender, you guys. Tarot is genderless. It's the energy. For some of you, you want an empress. You don't want an immature person who is just going to play with your emotions. That's the inauthenticity that I was talking about before. And in order to, if that's what you're really wanting, you're wanting something real and legit. Okay. Aries has been coming out a lot. Actually, the Emperor card has been coming out for a lot of the signs. And that's because I feel like there is this energy of there, nobody wants to have the kind of relationship I want, right? Nobody wants that. And the emperor is saying to take control. You have to either completely leave these pages and nights behind, or you have to take control and show them how to love you the way you want. Okay, because the emperor is about authority, control. It can sometimes be a husband or a boss here. We have to take control of our lives and we have to lead by example in our love lives and in every area of our life. And that's once again, that's yellow. Having the confidence to be like, listen, I feel like you don't communicate the way that I want to, and this is what I expect. And can these knights and pages act like an emperor? Takes charge, and isn't afraid to take charge, isn't afraid to put their love on the line, isn't afraid to plan dates, isn't afraid to initiate. Okay, that's what you're wanting. But you probably won't get that from pages and knights. That's not the type of person who's going to do that. They're too young, they're too immature, they're too afraid, they lack confidence. Um, and I know that a lot of the people out there in the collective who watch tarot readings are bitter and hurt because of all their betrayals. And it's because we've been dealing with pages and we've been dealing with knights. We haven't been dealing with emperors. We haven't been dealing with mature people who know how to handle their business. Okay. And that leaves you feeling bitter. The Queen of Swords is the divorcee. That's someone who's had a difficult relationship and a divorce or a breakup, because we have this Ten of Swords here. And the swords are all about thoughts, the mind. And, with the tens there, it's the ending. It's the ending, but it's also the beginning. It's this, I'm wiser for wear now. I have been around the block a few times. I know what I want. If you don't know what you want, then that's why you're getting these pages and knights. But a lot of the signs out there are learning the lessons that they need to have a better type of relationship. Okay. We've been betrayed. We've been hurt. You know what I mean? We've been through it. And now we're in search of something better. But I feel like because we haven't completely transmuted that energy, we haven't completely healed our heart chakra. The Queen of Swords is somebody who doesn't know how to accept love. They're more of a logical person. So we have to get into these emotions of receiving, lower our guards. And I see it all the time, you guys. Everybody, even if you're on like a dating app, there's this energy of this sucks. I'm never going to meet anyone. This person's probably going to cheat on me. And keeping their distance and not pursuing things, not wearing their heart on their sleeve, not doing what they need to do. There's a lot of people who are pissed off and hurt and jaded and guarded because of how things have been in the collective and in the dating pool. And we're disillusioned thinking that we can't ever have these true, authentic relationships. And that's what's causing this. That's what's causing this divide. If you had a better mentality, if you were able to still wear your heart on your sleeve, then maybe you would be able to receive that. But guess what? Everybody's bitter. Everybody's hurt. Everybody who is between the ages of I want to say 25 and 50, we're all divorced. We're all hurt. We're all over it. We're done with the trash. We're done with the garbage. But the thing is that we walk around with a chip on our shoulder and we destroy opportunities before they even have a chance to grow. For example, I'm going to connect with someone, I'm going to match with them, and then I'm not going to message them. Or if they take too long to respond, I'm going to unmatch. Forget you. And that's the energy that I'm seeing, you guys. It's hostility. It's hurt. It's pain, it's backstabbing, it's sabotaging. We're all sabotaging, we're all playing games, we're all afraid to be vulnerable because we're inauthentic and we're sick of it. The whole collective, every single sign, we're all doing it. And it's causing us to have this breakdown, this emotional breakdown. Eight of Swords. This, do you see what's going on in this picture? This is overthinking, but it's also those negative thoughts. We're talking bad about ourselves. We're just not able to change the way that we see things, and we're feeling stuck. Okay. I've been seeing this for all the signs. It's the same story, you guys. They're bitter. They're hurt. They ghosted me. They're lying. They're playing games. Everybody's doing it because we think that there's no romance left. And it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up. That's basically, if you think something's going to happen, it will. So if we're able to come out of a place of fear, come out of a place of overthinking, come out of a place of being self-critical, like, I suck, I'm a loser. No, it's not about you. It's not just about you, okay? You have to be more gentle with yourself, because healing that heart chakra from this terrible crap that we've been through starts with reframing how you see yourself. And I know that it's hard to do because people have been treating you with disrespect and abuse and games. And so then you start to see yourself in a very negative manner, and it becomes crippling. It becomes this crippling anxiety and this crippling, like, intrusive thoughts. And we need to get out of that. And we need to just start having fun again, feeling good about ourselves again. Whatever we've been through, whatever socioeconomic background, whatever ethnicity, whatever, you still just need to go out there and have some fun and try and believe that you can create the kind of relationships that you want. So it starts with the thoughts, it starts with the minds. And the world card is coming out in all the readings because we're at the end of the year and it's time for us to turn the page, start fresh. Okay, the world is completing a major cycle in our lives, and that it doesn't have to be this huge, big, traumatic thing. For some of you, it is. We're cutting karmic ties. We're done with the abuse. We're done with the neglect. We're done with all that, right? But it can also be like, okay, 2025 is over, and now I'm getting ready to go into 2026 with a different mindset. Maybe I want to have more fun. Maybe I want to elevate. Maybe I want to do more self-care and feel better about myself with the end of the year. So, and Seven of Cups. This is go ahead and watch any single tarot reader, and these cards are going to come out. Okay. So, and there are 76 cards in the decks or something like that. So the collective is all going through the Seven of Cups. It's the Seven of Cups can be seen in a lot of different ways. Okay. It's the Lord of Delusion. It's the illusion of choice, right? And we see this all the time in the dating world. We don't settle for people because we think that there's so many other people out there. And so it's easy for us to just walk away from people because there's billions of people in the world. Well, guess what? How many of those people are emotionally available, are single, are an appropriate age range for you, live close to you? This is an illusion of choice, but it's also an awareness of your psychic abilities, because this is number 7. This is a 7 of Cups, and the number 7 in numerology is mysticism and developing your spiritual gifts. So a lot of us are out there developing our spiritual gifts, but feeling very overwhelmed with that. It's this daydreamy vibe. If you've been feeling more like daydreamy and stuff like that, that's the 7 of Cups, but it's an illusion of choice. Okay. And so we have to be honest with ourselves. If this is about dating, or if this is about whatever it is that you're trying to pursue, you have to be more honest with yourself, not in your fantasy world, but be honest with yourself about what are the actual options in front of you. And that will help you to make a decision. Okay. So, because there aren't as many people available as we seem to think there are, not that are going to connect with you, not that are going to resonate with you on a deep emotional level. Whatever it is that we're pursuing, we can eliminate the people, places, and things that don't resonate with us on that deeper level. And if we find something that really resonates with us, a person, a place, or a thing, then we need to do what we can to fix that and persevere with that instead of just giving up and walking away, because that's what I'm seeing people do. Okay, and then we have the high priestess. Yeah, a lot of you guys are more psychic than you think that you are. Um, in my personal opinion, everybody's psychic because the word psychic comes from psyche, and that's the brain and that's the mind. So the collective is becoming more intuitive, more psychic, more aware of telepathy and mind reading and energy entanglement. These things are real. This phenomenon is real. So if you've been seeing a lot of synchronicities, if you've been daydreaming more, if you've been having like downloads, thoughts, dreams, ideas come to you out of nowhere, that is you developing your psychic abilities. And lean into that, because that will help you avoid some of these Ten of Swords stuffs. Never ignore what your inner knowing is telling you. Yeah, I told you. I feel like the people who come to my channel want a divine union. We have the Hierophant and the High Priestess. This is like a priest and a priestess, okay, coming together. It's a divine marriage. It's like spiritual leaders who are married. So what I'm saying is that the people who come to my channel are elevating to the point where they're ready for a divine union. And I feel like it's out there for you. And I feel like a lot of you guys are a lot more spiritually aligned with your beliefs, whatever it is that you believe. And that is affecting the type of people that you want to manifest in your life. I love this. So, divine union is out there. And I feel like you guys are stepping into this awareness of like, I want a genuine connection. I want somebody who is on my vibration and is just as spiritual or, traditional as me. And there it is. And I rarely see this in readings where the high priestess and the hierophant come out. Some of you guys could be like really involved with your church. But what we have to overcome to achieve all these things is this lack mentality, this feeling left out in the cold, this feeling abandoned. Okay. So it all starts with the mind and feeling abundant, feeling high of yourself, elevating yourself, believing that you can have that and achieving it. I love this, you guys. This is like there are some priests who are able to marry. This is like a priest marrying another priest, like a nun or something. Like this is what I'm seeing. I'm like seeing people of a high spiritual order connecting with people. It's like a lot of you guys are meeting your tribe, and that you meeting your tribe, people who believe the same things as you, is going to lead you to a spiritual partner, or the right person for you, soulmate, whatever you want to call it. So aligning with your spirituality in the divine will help you to meet people who are more aligned with you in that manner. Okay, I love it. I love it, you guys. Okay, let's pull one of these cards, and I'm going to get out of here and stop boring y'all. I am going to do a pre-recorded reading later for the earth signs. So if you're interested in that, you can check it out. I did a pre-recorded reading for the water signs. I'm trying to do more of those. All right, let's get a Kipper fortune telling card for the collective. What's going on? Ooh, a house. This has been coming out in a lot of my readings. So I don't know if it's a house specifically that you're trying to manifest. It might just be a new home. So something about a house or a home. I don't know if you're trying to get a new house, get a new home, or if you're just keeping up with your house a little better, or your apartment. It doesn't have to be a house. I love that. I'm getting an image of like going to visit the castles in Scotland. I'm going to do that. I'm gonna go visit the castles in Scotland. Change. A lot of you guys are having a change in your address, a change in your living situation, or you're changing your house around, your apartment around, some changes in your house. Could even be potentially a new car. 2026 is a good year to buy a vehicle. Astrologically, you guys, so there's a change in the air. I've been feeling it for all the signs, a major change. Yeah, I knew it. You guys, listen, this comes out so much in my readings, okay? We have false person, and then we had the first card that came out was facade, and now this is false person. So I feel like a lot of you guys could be leaving someone or moving out of someone's house who has been very fake with you. I feel like there's this energy of I'm done with people who lie, I'm done with people who are fake, okay? And that's just for some of you guys, all right? I'm done with the fake people, the liars, the pretenders. There could even be a change in your career as well. Now, occupation in this deck means you pursuing a career that you enjoy. So for some of you, if you were pretending to like a job, I feel like you're going to change that. You're going to change that up, okay? Living more authentically. Okay, you guys, I'm going to get on out of here. I hope this reading elevated your consciousness in some type of way, shape, or form. And I will be doing the earth signs later. I'm going to be doing all three of them in one pre-recorded video. So if you're interested, you can watch that later. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Have a great Friday.